What's up, adventurers? Today's the day. The sun is out, your DM's happy, and the tiefling hasn't called you out for that one comment you made about them looking a little too much like the devil you guys just defeated in the last session. In a few hours from now, you're going to be sitting down with your amazing friends, slinging some dice, and telling those stories you've been talking about in your Discord community. You can, of course, find my Discord community in the video description below. Today we're diving in on how you can get prepared and ready for your next Dungeons & Dragons session. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the table, these tips will help ensure you're ready to earn your next heroic inspiration. For our first tip, let's go upstairs to my simulacrum. You know, the one from the video I did a few weeks ago? I can't seem to get rid of them, so they're gonna earn their rent, and I'm going to put them to work. All right, let's talk about gear. First things first, if you're a spellcaster, you know how important it is to have your spells at the ready. One of my favorite tips is to create cards for your spells. About 5 spells and 2 cantrips that you plan on using most should do the trick. Why? Because when the action heats up, the last thing you want is to be flipping through the rulebook or phone like that guy. Yeah, actually, hey, I have the rules right here. Let me just look it up real quick. So new phone, what's the network password? Sorry guys. You can print these out from various online sources or even get a pack of them from your friendly local gaming store. Yep, hydration and snacks. I can't stress enough how important it is to stay hydrated. Bring that water bottle, and while you're at it, think about what you're snacking on. Sure, candy and chips are easy and yummy, but that can lead to a sugar crash right in the middle of your next session. My turn. Nat one. Instead, go for something like frozen green beans, almonds, peanuts, or even a little dip. These snacks will keep you energized and focused throughout the game so that you can be at your best when it matters most. If your character sheets are on a phone, laptop, or tablet, make sure that you bring cords so that it doesn't die during the middle of your session. Thank you. Also, don't forget your dice. Dust them off and make sure that they're in your bag. It's a small thing, but trust me, you don't want to be the one asking to borrow dice at the table. If you have any minis to bring to the session, pack them away as well. And if you don't, a great place to win a fully painted mini by yours truly is over on my Patreon. If you're looking to get even more out of your TTRPG experience, you should check out the link in the video description below. Supporting me there is like unlocking an endless supply of bonus content, ad-free episodes, and even exclusive giveaways. So if you want to help me make TTRPGs a full-time gig and get some awesome rewards to boot, I'll see you over there. Now that your gear is sorted, let's talk about getting your mind in the game. If you're neurodivergent or you just need a little extra help focusing, consider bringing along a fidget toy. It's a great way to help your hands stay busy so your mind can stay focused and locked in on what the DM has in store. Sometimes little things like a fidget spinner or a stress ball can make all the difference in staying engaged. Another simple but effective tip is to bring a notebook and pen. Typing your notes on a phone or tablet can be distracting and slower, especially in the heat of battle. Not all of us have a super cool DM screen made by Wormwood Gaming, and an entire shelf of reference material. Jotting down notes quickly by hand is faster, and it helps you stay in the moment. Plus, having a physical record of your thoughts can be a lifesaver when you're trying to recall a detail later on. Yeah, DM, that's Kimberly Copperkettle. She's the junior at Ogfort Adventuring Academy, leader of the Rat Grinders, and current candidate, according to my notes, for student body president. And don't forget to get in character before the session starts. This can mean different things for different people. Maybe you like to practice your character's voice, or maybe you prefer to review your notes and remind yourself of your character's backstory. Whatever works for you, taking a few minutes to mentally prepare can help you slip into your character's mindset right from the start. It's like warming up before a workout. It just makes everything go so much smoother. All right, let's move on to combat prep. Combat in D&D can get intense, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed when things don't go according to plan. One of my players had an excellent tip for new players and vets alike. Tony, I failed my history check. Do you mind taking this one?
Hey adventurers, I recommend thinking ahead about what you want your character to do in combat. Come up with a few default actions or strategies that you can fall back on when you get caught off guard. This way, you won't slow down the game, and you'll be able to react quickly, keeping the momentum going. For example, if you're a caster, have some spells at the ready in case things don't go according to plan. You might see a group of enemies all clumped together and think, man, if I just drop a hypnotic pattern right on that group, it'll end the encounter, we can pick them all off one by one. But then, the fighter, the rogue, and the barbarian all jump right into the middle of that group of enemies and start swinging. What do you do now? Well, you can look through your spell list for the next 10 minutes while everyone waits and watches. Or you can say, well, I'm just gonna go with my default firebolt, do a little damage, and wait for another opportunity. But combat isn't everything. Think about what your character would do outside of combat too. Maybe there's a quest that they have a particular interest in, or a personal goal that hasn't been addressed yet. Thinking about things like this ahead of time and refreshing yourself on your character's objectives can spark ideas for roleplay and help you stay in character throughout the session. And don't worry, your DM's session recap will help with this too. Tyler, your simulacrum just slacked me. He said something about rating the player's handbook.
Hey there, I'm just brushing up on some of the more obscure and hard to remember rules about my character. That way I don't bog down gameplay later on. This is a fantastic thing that you can do while you're waiting for your DM to begin their session recap. And here's a tip for all the DMs out there, or even players who do a lot of talking. Grab some throat coat tea and mix it with honey, and sip that during your sessions. This one has slippery elm in it, which can be used offensively too. It helps reduce the viscosity of your saliva, which means you don't get that annoying dry mouth sound when you're trying to narrate. Plus, the honey helps protect your vocal cords so that you can keep your voice strong even during those long sessions. And that's it, adventurers. Remember, a little prep goes a long way in making sure your D&D sessions are smooth and full of epic moments. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out my Patreon, the Discord, and all my social media channels like TikTok. Keep rolling those dice, and may your quests be epic. Man, I just had a bad dream. I thought the session got canceled.